Hello to anyone out there on this planet that is watching these still. Welcome to another episode of Issa Marathon with me, Richard Issa. That goes without saying, right? Because, who the fuck else would be talking to you about this? I appreciate you for tuning in, everyone who has subscribed, everyone who watches, everyone who supported this entire bunch of foolery. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, the bottom of it. We are all over the place. It is week, I don't know what, but it's almost time to do a thing, right? But first and foremost, before we get into any of that, how do I look at my do-rag? Do you guys know that song by, what is it? Dragon Ball Do-Rag? Baby girl, how do I look at my do-rag? No? Okay, well, this is what y'all are getting because this is what I'm wearing and I'm not finna to be out here changing for y'all. Anyway, we're a couple of weeks removed from Philly Marathon weekend, and that's what we're talking about, right? Because that was one of the best weekends ever, not just for me, but for Philadelphia as a whole. The race, the community, everything. If you were here, you understand what I'm talking about. You get it, right? You get it. You get what I'm giving. Shout out to everybody who pulled up, whether it was the IRC family who showed off, showed out, turned up. We had a lot of PRs between the 8K. Well, no, I'm the only one that ran 8K. The 8K, the half, the full. We were in full force out there. So salute to my teammates, my run family. I appreciate you guys for constantly supporting all of my nut-ass ideas. Swagger House, OPEC, PRTC, the Liberty Johns, everybody was out there and everybody had a really good time. And not just Philly, man. We had some folks from out of town. We had Atlanta Run Club come through. We had some folks from Dallas. Shouts to Tony Williams. Boston, New York. People from all over the place. Jesse Zappo was there with the Adidas squad. It was just a great weekend between all the activations and the events that we put on and the running and the partying. And it was just... oh, my heart is so full, and I wish that I could just retire now on a high note, but we still got work to do, right? So let's get into the week that was. What week was that? November 14th through the 20th. We're gonna skip a bunch of stuff because I didn't really do much, right? There's not much to do. We're in that little bit of what do they call it? A taper. If you say it out loud 3 times, a vaporfly will appear. Oh, who are we talking to? So I had a 16-mile run that I was supposed to do over the weekend, but with Philly Marathon weekend happening, I knew that was not going to be a thing, so I was going to just do it in the middle of the week. Also not a thing. I split it up into a double because, again, daily doubles. I do what I want. So we went out in the morning. We did a little jog about. Nothing crazy. I didn't have any goals for it, just to get the miles in. And I woke up late, started late, realized I could only get 7 miles in, so we were going to do a double. And in the afternoon, I did 9 and some change. It felt good. It felt fine. It felt great. That is the constant theme of this entire video series that I'm doing, this vlog, if you will, is that I've been feeling really good, and I'm blessed. I haven't been hit with any just the nicks and knacks of training, no real injuries, but runs have been feeling phenomenal. So that was great. That was cute. Midweek long run. I don't suggest those. They're not a thing. Don't make them a thing. And then we're gonna go right to, because the rest of the week I was just jogging around like a dickhead. We're gonna go straight to the race, the Philly 8K. I'm not exactly sure why Jason Ayer had me do this, but I'm really glad he did because I don't like short races. 8K, 4.9 whatever miles. It was cute. Windy as fuck. Cold as fuck. Didn't really want to do it. I spent the morning cheering for my teammates who ran the half. Shout out to them. But I had no game plan. It was just to run as fast as I can for as long as I can. And I went out and did just that. So Jason said, based on my training, that he had, I send him screenshots every now and then. And he said I can do 28 high. And that's exactly what ended up happening. I ran a 28:57 with splits of 5:27. I went out really hot. 5:27, 5:48, and then mile 3 is 6:06, which was annoying because it was just windy as fuck. Like, it wasn't like I was tired or anything. We didn't go uphill. It was just windy. So running right into the wind, and then I finished off with a 5:58 and then a 5:36 on that last 0.98 miles. So the constant theme here, if you guys have been tuning in, is I run well. I feel better than I did, which was great anyway. And I talk a lot of shit about it. I kept it humble when it came to this 8K because I had some hosting to do, but I fucked it up, and I would say I'm excited about it, but I'm not gonna be out running 8Ks anymore. Something that happened that was really annoying. Something that happens every race is I PR my 5K in longer distances than a 5K. When I run a straight 5K, which I do one a year, I don't do too well. But when I'm running longer races, my first 5K are always fast. So my new PR on Garmin is like a 17:30 something, which is dope as fuck. And I'm excited about what's to come. I'm still not saying what's to come, but it's coming. Pause. This is a shorter episode because the taper is something that, there's really nothing to talk about. I'm just jogging around and at the gym, but we are going to be traveling on Thursday. So I'm going to take that day off. Today's Tuesday. I have a little workout that I need to do. Mini ting. And then traveling Thursday. And then it's time to go. I don't have a game plan at all. We're just gonna I'm gonna flip a coin and either do the conservative thing and get to this time that we'll talk about after the race, or I'm gonna go all out until I can't fucking do it anymore and see how far that takes me, right? You guys will be able to track so you can see which one I picked. You'll be able to see when those splits just start dipping when they jump off a cliff. But I'm excited. Along with the race, there's runner hospitality happening. So anybody who's watching this, if you got folks that are going to be out in Sacramento, let them know. Register. We're going to have... Excuse me, what the hell? 1 minute. Let them know to register. We're going to have a little welcome dinner. Random folks just eating and breaking bread together. And then we're going to do some after partying on Sunday. So that'll be a good time. But anyway, I'm out of here because I'm just rambling at this point. I appreciate everybody who listens, subscribes. We got to make sure I start and stop with that. And I'll see you guys on the other end of this, on the other half. Hopefully reporting really good news. Peace.